Jurassic did film work here for the very first Jurassic Park movie about 24 years ago. So we might get little wiggles, we get in the valley, as we get back to the waterfall, we'll do turns, make sure everybody gets a good view. So the trick today, Miss Bonnie, is see if you can get a selfie with the waterfall in the background as we come flying by. We'll test your selfie skills. Little town of Kalaheo out to the left. Yeah, it's kind of special about Kauai here. Every Hawaiian island's a little different. And Oahu's a great island. And Honolulu, I mean, it's all those areas. It's like LA or Miami. It's just built up. You get the big city life there. Kauai, it's all very, very small towns. About 85% of this island's perfectly preserved and unspoiled. So pretty much everywhere we go to today, there's almost no road access. It's kind of way back in all these little hidden gems on Kauai.
We really love this island.
Yeah, it's super easy to fall in love with it. For me, it was one of those love at first sight things where it's just like, yeah. My guys just retire out here. Come on over. We got room for you. Yeah, I'm a big fan of running off Tropical Paradise. I really like it out here, and I've been, lucky to, get come out here and work for Blue Hawaiian and all that. It's kind of the black sheep of the family. Most of my family's still in Memphis. Most of them have never been outside there, so they all kind of looked at me odd when I moved out here, and I was like, I gotta go try Hawaii. It might be terrible out there. I'll come back if it is. Into the Hanapepe Valley we go. Coming into view on the nose, Waiapuna Falls. Jurassic Falls, 36 stories tall, 360 feet. Everywhere we go on the island today, kind of just always look around everywhere we fly. You'll see waterfalls down to the left, down to the right. Just little hidden gems all over Kauai. So you notice back here, no roads or hiking trails or any infrastructure of any kind, just perfectly preserved and unspoiled. So we'll do little turns all the places we go to today, make sure everybody gets a good view.
Could you come right just one more time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're coming around. Here, I'll put the tail out to the right. Here you go, Miss Bonnie. As we come around to the right, you can get some of the smaller waterfalls out to the right. Waiapuna coming down left now. You look up above Waiapuna, Mr. Warren, you'll see Kahili Falls up above. 5 smaller waterfalls up there. We'll put those on the nose and the right in just a moment.
This is really cool.
Yeah, that's what's kind of cool about the helicopters. I like anything that flies. I said I don't really have a lot of fixed wing time, but it's really cool about the helicopters. Especially just, you can float anywhere you want to. You can just get in nice and close to the waterfalls, and it's all perfectly safe. We'll get to, that's kind of cool. We can fly inside the volcano on the island, just kind of come back there and hover and just hang out for a minute and check out the inside of the volcano. Keely coming down the right. It's such a cool little island, there's very undeveloped, very small towns here. A lot of our towns are just a few hundred, a couple thousand people. And we've actually got 7 different climate zones on Kauai, which is pretty neat. So you can see the valley underneath us is very green, very lush. We get a lot of rain through here. And as soon as we cross out of this valley, over that ridge line out in front of us, make our way out to the southwest side of Kauai, it becomes very dry. We'll get out to the canyons on the southwest side of Kauai and they get just a few inches of rain a year. So with less rain, there's less vegetation. That leaves more of the volcanic rock exposed. Canyons, and it's from iron oxide, basically rust, gives us the pretty red colors. That's the shape of the island that determines where the rain falls on each side. The cloud kind of falling over the top of the ridge out in front of us. That's pretty cool. I think that's one of the big reasons I like flying. You can go around this island a million times. Every time you go, you'll see something different.
You do any IFR through this?
Not on tours, for training and for other reasons we might. But, if we're flying, if we're taking you guys out on a tour, we do it all day VFR. And it's not that the aircraft or the pilots aren't capable, but for, we want it to be pretty for you. We want it to be nice and sunny. And, I said for the average person, if you're kind of in rain and clouds, it makes everybody kind of uneasy. So we always keep it nice and pretty. But what Mr. Moran's talking about there, flying IFR, I could actually fly, we could lose complete visibility outside of our windshield, and I can actually fly all the way around the island and come back and land without being able to see outside the windscreen at all. So very capable aircraft, and we're trained to do a lot higher degree of flying than we do here. So we can kind of do all that, but we, just for coming out and having a pretty flight and taking pictures, we always kind of keep it on the sunny side. Yeah, some of our contracts, Mr. Warren, we're doing one with the SBX, which is a floating naval radar, and take out crewmen and supplies and things like that. And when I was down in the Gulf of Mexico, I was doing hurricane evacuation for a while. So we'd be out there like hundreds and hundreds of miles. You would never be able to see outside the windshield. You were just like down on your instruments and do whatever you need to do. There's our Olokele Canyon coming into view. We'll cross the Olokele and make our way out to the Waimea. Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun. We just did our annual recurrent training. So some of the IFR stuff we do here, Mr. Warren, for training, and we'll actually we train to the point where we can fly into these canyons in IFR, turn around out of the canyons IFR, fly back out, get to the shoreline, and fly back to the airport, all without being able to see out of the windshield, just for absolute worst case scenario. If we got caught in weather out here and we were way back in the canyon or volcano, we could fly out nice and safe and get everybody back home. Of course, one of the advantages of the helicopter is you can just set down and land pretty much anywhere. So there's a couple times on the island we had bad weather that popped up one day, and we just went over and landed by Prince Fort, just kind of hung out there and waited it out. But the Waimea Canyon. This is Olokele Canyon underneath us now. Waimea Canyon coming in view out in front of us. That's the area they call the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. The main canyon out here is over 10 long, over 3,000 mile and a half wide. Part of our state park system on Kauai. Yeah, right now we're up about 2,600 feet, making about 115 miles an hour. We actually have two different kinds of altitude we use as we're flying. So our MSL, as our mean sea levels, we're about 2,700 feet above the ocean. And then we have our AGL altitude, which is our direct height of